also a chairman of the Industry and Commerce section, Taiwan ATA Industry Society and Commerce Association, one of the leading commercial and business society in Taiwan. Mr. Dr. Liu, Dr. Richard Liu, he was rewarded his PhD from the Loughborough University, UK. So he is very famous, the scholar and the experts, in putting all resources and building up ecological system to create creative industries in Taiwan. So he is very active, in Taiwan society. So it's our privilege to invite Dr. Liu to share his observation regarding the creative thinking and strategies to jump for post-pandemic future. As you know, that Taiwan, we are so lucky, to suffer, the COVID-19 lockdown in our towns. So that's the reason why, we adopt many different measures to overcome this kind of the COVID-19 challenges in society. So based on this, Dr. Liu got the idea how to use creative thinking and strategy to converge all resources, to put the human resources and create something for the society. So I forward, this microphone to Dr. Liu. Dr. Liu, please. Can you open your microphone? Mr. Liu, please open your microphone.
Is it okay now? Is it okay now?
Yes, we can hear. Please.
Okay, so, great everyone, welcome Taiwan, welcome special important guests for this forum. This afternoon, I want to share my experience and how to find a job for the young generation. Let me transfer to my PPT. Okay. This afternoon is just 10 minutes, so I want to share a case. And this case, I spent many years to establish. And this year, because the COVID-19, in Taiwan, even we didn't hear a lot. But I found the government policy, the only policy is only subsidy the sport business and to maintain the so-called GDP. I think this is not good. So this year we try to have a better shape that is introduced later. For me, in 2003, I got my PhD from the United Kingdom, and I found young generation and jobs hunting is a very important issue in Taiwan. Just because the M-shaped society, so that our young generation in Taiwan feel very hard, and when they want to find a good job. However, because the birth of Taiwan is getting lower and lower every year, so this is to be a national important issue in Taiwan. So I spent 4 or 5 years just to walk around and to visit the industry around Taiwan for probably 5 years. And in 2017, the beginning of the year, I established my association. This is a non-profit association. It's called Taiwan Creative Tourism for Industry Association. we have some ideas like I connect university because I'm a university professor, but most important, I spent many years around Taiwan to visit the industry, and so I connect the university, community, and industry together. So I found I can have a good solution for the young person to find a job. Even this year, according to the Taiwan Institute of Economic Research 2020, we have GDP is 1.91%, and next year is 2021 GDP is around 4%. But the young generation in Taiwan still fear. They are very fear from heart. They cannot get a good job, and they are fear that in the future, particularly in the post-pandemic area, they are going to lose their job. So we try to focus. In Taiwan, we have a specific full potential farmers products, and I found this providing and demanding is it didn't under check. So our team and our association and try to set up a very good economic platform, and in between the providing and demanding. But in Taiwan's market, everything in general, they always dominate by big capital, big company. So how can I help the young generation to have opportunities? So our team initiated a business platform and to meet the local government agenda and policy. How can I have this problem? Our association is the member of our committee of our association. They have expert from university and the industry. So we initiate is like a normal business. It's like a B2B, B2C, and but this platform we have only one particular issue. Is how can we get the right product to the right person in the right price and combine with the young person to participate. So we start to visit local government, industry, and also like this photo is have our vice president, many chairperson of industry, and we spend a lot of time to then understand local government and the product and the university and industry, how to combine together. So we finally have a solution is into a real business platform. As you know, in Taiwan, we have a very important science park that we call Hsinchu Science Park, because of my university in Hsinchu. And for my operation, this is very important for our technological product import out abroad. So this is the place we create a bigger GDP. So we start to have to collect every county around Taiwan to have a very clear product list, and then we set up a expert committee to check and to assure the product is good. So we have our own so-called Sunny Business Center. This is electronic business, and we also set up a database analysis system. And this all the process we let a young generation to participate. So we want to create a platform and create jobs. So we start to run this business model with a sports center in Hsinchu. Why we choose sports center? Because in Hsinchu Science Park, there's a lot of consumer go to the sports center. So we set up a so-called live service platform here and connect all the business model. And the beginning of next month at 2021. And it's only a case. We want to have run this connect to consumer, local government, and young generation, and the local university. If we try to shape this business model better, and we second place, we go to Yilan, the north of Taiwan. And then every part of Taiwan, we have a base and connect to the university and the local industry and local university. And then we try combine together and go further. My purpose of this business platform is spent more 6 to 8 years. We start from the very beginning to understand all the specific product around Taiwan. And we have so many co-meeting with the local, combined to local university and the local sport business and some product producer. And finally, we find it's very important to initiate in the Hsinchu Science Park this life circle, because this is the most important area that Taiwan export technological product. And this year, I think they are very, very busy because very important time. My idea to this business model is easy. That when we start to have any traveling abroad, people in Taiwan start to understand the traveling business in Taiwan is also quite good, because in Taiwan we have used to go abroad, but this year because of the pandemic, so we people in Taiwan traveling around Taiwan, and this is the right time. And because this COVID-19, this is the right time to change the structure of the consuming structure. And so this 2020 we start to establish this business model. In the beginning, we non-profit association. We just try to have a better shape, provide a good business platform. And then we want to provide government to rethink. It's not everything for industry is only for subsidy the industry. We need to have creative thinking and try to improve the traditional way of traveling. And we want to connect from the producer and the market and the community and the local government. this model want to put together in order to have a better service to people in Taiwan, and also maybe next year the outbound, the inbound foreigner to Taiwan, we can improve a better structure and a better service structure to them. My idea is probably it is that, of course, we running this model. We have so many long-term experience and the details, but today the time is short, so I leave a time for maybe a small discussion. Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Liu, for your sharing your observation and your experiences in creating jobs for young generation, especially this post COVID-19, the era. So may I ask you, Mr. Dr. Liu, based on your experiences and your observation, how can Taiwan contribute our experiences to the world, especially to the African countries or other Southeast Asian countries for young generation? Because in this country, young generation, they are lacked of resources compared with Taiwan. If they are lacking of resources, how can they find out opportunity to create or to join any other framework or organization to promote, their creative, potential or opportunities? Please, just share your observations.
Speaker, that is very, very good, very, very good question. When I studying in the United Kingdom, my the same year classmate, and he's from Africa country. So we have so many discussion at that time. From my point of view, the different country, they can have cooperation, because like African country is getting a huge progress in the past 10 years. But I think that their working personality is very good. Taiwan, because the young birth is getting lower and lower every year. So we maybe I can suggest that we can have a young generation to go to African through university or any NGO organization, NGO, to think together and how to improve the service, the business service, and how to have a better structure in Taiwan, or maybe in African countries. So I think that the NGO is very important, because the young generation in Taiwan, they need have to see a different and the response to back to Taiwan. They have a more creative thinking and to the business model.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Liu. Another question, what kind of the business model you think young generation in the world can join to handling the climate change? As Mr. Lai, President Lai, promote, the green oasis or the green world, which means to deal with the climate change. Climate change means we need technology or new thoughts, new thinkings from young generation. So how can young generation contribute this kind of new idea to the climate change for the global society?
Okay, it's a good question. It's better we have the young generation is very active, so we can launch international program in Taiwan and in African country, because the traditional farmer, they use so many chemical source to the plant. So we can bring a new idea for the young generation to have a new agricultural way. And like the African young generation come to Taiwan and share how we have a new way to plan our agricultural things. And then Taiwan young generation go to African countries and to start a new agricultural plant. I think this is more practical to have experience. Of course, it's better to launch by NGO. Oh, this is my show idea. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Liu, for your sharing, observation and your knowledge to, the planet one. I believe, young generation in the world, we can, getting together to contribute, either the climate change issues, also, the poverty issues. So it means we need some creative thinking from young generation, not only for the global society, but also for themselves to provide, the new opportunity or to meet new challenges, for the human beings. Okay, thank you.